Good evening, family, friends, and guests. Thank you for allowing me to share my final speech with you. Family traditions always hold a special place in one's heart because of the memories that are made. Traditions are usually always fun and something that people look forward to. One tradition that my family and I look forward to is baking Christmas cookies with my Auntie Susie. This may sound really hard to believe, but this tradition's been in our family for about 33 years. Basically safe to say, it's a tradition that I've known and enjoyed my entire life. The tradition started when I was only 2 years old. I was the only child to my parents, grandparents, my aunties, and uncles. So, as you can probably imagine, I was very lucky. And yes, I was a little spoiled. But anyhow, my Auntie Susie was the baker of the family. And with that being said, she enjoyed spending time with me, and she would take me for the day and we would bake Christmas cookies. I guess I even had my own little rolling pin and apron. She would always have tons of cookie cutters to choose from, and to this day the holly is still my favorite. It's probably my favorite because I like to put like the little 3 red M&Ms on for the berries and then fill all the indentations with the green sugar. She was always impressed by my creativity and how I added so much detail into a simple sugar cookie. As I got older, I only got faster at the whole process, probably because for the simple fact that I had to share my dough. I wasn't a baby for long. My brother and other 4 cousins soon joined in the tradition. Even when my auntie had her own kids and became quite busy, she still continued to call us every year and we'd all bake Christmas cookies together. Of course, by then, she'd have to make a double batch of cookie dough. The memories that were made were something that will last a lifetime. I remember a time when my brother Jared thought he'd out-decorate me and he decided to mix the sugar into the cookie. He decided that he would make his own creation. He was so proud of it. My auntie had a hard time telling him that his cookie might burn from all the sugar. Oh, and not to mention that it was like this thick and almost took up the entire pan. Surprising, the cookie turned out. I didn't taste it, but he was quite happy with it. Needless to say, we only took half the amount of cookies that we usually did that year. It was fun for all of us, and we'd all look forward to that time of year. When I became a teenager, she asked if I still wanted to bake cookies with the kids. I said, of course. It wasn't long after that I got a boyfriend, and then I was 17. She called and said, I suppose you don't want to bake cookies anymore with the kids. I said, no, Auntie, I still want to bake cookies. I told her, in fact, I even want to bake cookies until I have my own kids. So every year, my boyfriend and I would go bake cookies with my auntie. By this time, my brother and the rest of my cousins were too cool to bake cookies. So, until I had my own kids, when I had my daughter Trayshelle, she shyly asked, I imagine you're too busy with the baby and all to bake cookies. Again, I cheerfully said, no way, I'm ready to bake. So now, my kids are 14 and 9, and we still bake Christmas cookies every year with my Auntie Susie. Excitingly, now, she does have her own grandkids, and they join us in the fun. And surprisingly, every now and then, one of my other cousins who are now adults will come over and make a cookie or two just for old time's sake. With all that said, I forgot to mention how yummy and delicious the cookies actually are. They still taste the same after all these years. The only thing that's changed is now my auntie makes me roll my own dough. I really enjoy having this tradition in my family, and I hope that I can always continue to keep it. My Auntie Susie assured me that we can keep it as long as she can remember the recipe. We can keep on baking. Thank you all for joining me today and allowing me to share my speech with you. Have a good rest of your night. Thank you.